All right, welcome to part 5 of the Purpose series. And today, this morning, we're going to do some exploring. All right, I'm going to meet you all actually as I get started. I don't have any good jokes yet, so when I do, I'll let you know. You don't have to have been in the previous classes to be part of this one or enjoy it. You're good. I got some of those questions coming in. What if I missed some of the other ones? No big deal. All these classes can be done on their own. And in tonight's class, we're going to be focusing on the energy of exploring and the purpose behind going beyond the horizon. And I think I don't know about all of you, but sometimes I get caught in the day-to-day stuff and forget there are stars above and an earth below and an infinite universe around, and maybe endless dimensions, and who knows how much space on the inside of us. It's like we're surrounded by infinity and eternity, and we're obsessed with the small little things, and they drive us crazy, and we try to control them. I could just get this stupid little thing to work, and all the while we're floating in the middle of space on a rock, no idea where we are, why we're here, what the purpose of life is, how many universes or dimensions there are. I'm just like, if I could get this stupid freaking thing to work, put a little more money in the bank. If I get that dumb person to stop bothering me. You're just spinning on a rock in the middle of space the whole time. I need laughs for that one. All right. Welcome. I'm just giving everyone a minute to get in here. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. So good to see you. I love teaching this class. And tonight we might go a little further down the intuitive, spiritual, energetic rabbit hole. Why? Because we can, and it's fun, and we're exploring. There's this great book called The Psychic Explorer, which I randomly picked up at a used bookstore once. And it was so cool and so trippy. And it's actually pretty hard to find. There's a few copies, I think, on Amazon. I just ordered one again. I read it like 3 times. And it's one of those books you try to read, you're like, what? Did he what? And you don't know who the author is. He doesn't say his real name, and there's no actual picture. So it's kind of fascinating. But it's by someone named V. Van Dam. But then when I tried to Google who that was, I couldn't find anything. He's just a non-embodied entity from another dimension. He wrote a book and then he pieced out of here. Try to get it on Amazon. And in some of the previous classes in this series, we went pretty deep into levels of purpose that had a lot to do with our personal lives, some of the energy we're all working through, and we'll still continue to do that. But in tonight's class, I want us to kind of expand our horizons a bit, and maybe we can learn some tools to open up our consciousness to some more dimensions. Yee, exciting. You need some of that. Whatever that is. So, I'm still kind of, I don't know why I get hi, welcome. People are still coming in. Welcome everyone. I still get shy about saying this, but I used to run a school full of intuitives and psychics in Hawaii, and I spent 7 years there. Maybe that's because like my student base is much broader now, and that freaks some people out. Does that freak anyone out here? By the way, you could chat, say hi. It's nice to say hello. And I learned a lot of cool tools and a lot of cool meditation techniques from there, and didn't freak you out. That's good. All right, good. I got a lot of no's and I got a howdy. That's cool. And what I like about that kind of work is when you close your eyes, there are all of these other dimensions that you can begin to explore that maybe your physical eyes can't see, right? That you physically maybe can't experience even. And I think this realm or these realms of reality were left to like the sages and the oracles and the shamans of the past. And then everyone else, you had to live a straight and narrow path life, right? And then once a year you went to the temple and you got the blessing from the oracle, or they told you what you should do with your life, or the shaman did something to you, gave you some ayahuasca, you freaked out and then went back to your life. But I think we're kind of getting to a place now where we can really be our own oracle, our own shaman in a deep way, and we could find our own answers. And I don't think there has to be some mysterious thing that's hidden. It can be out in the open, and you can develop these abilities yourself, and you could go to the edge of the horizon and beyond. And whatever that means to you. You know, it could be physical. You might just be really into exploring the physical world, going around this planet, going into space, exploring every cave and depth of the ocean and lake that you could find. You know, that might be your form of exploring. There's so many ways to explore. And one of them, obviously, in this class and what we're working on here is exploring inwards. So we have this whole world on the outside, and then we have this whole world on the inside. And a lot of it is also unexplored. There might be depths of your inner ocean that are completely unexplored. Should I be scared of intuitives? So, yeah, some of them for sure. They're super annoying. Oh my God. There's this energy I feel. I just need to tell you. You're like, hey, I didn't ask. I know I'm messed up. Back off. All right. No, you don't need to be afraid of them. That's funny. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on who. So we're going to start really exploring tonight, today, and see what happens. And be open, really be open. And one of the reasons that this is part of the Purpose series is because not everything has to do with the mundane. You know, sometimes maybe the purpose of life is just to go beyond the horizon and see what the next form life wants to take is. Um, there's this there's this lovely quote from the let me see, I have it right here from the Tao Te Ching that I wanted to read. And it says, the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of the 10,000 things. And that last line is the one that really catches me. The named is the mother of the 10,000 things. So all of these infinite forms that are born in our reality all come from this one invisible thing. And it could churn out infinite forms. Oh, I think hold on one second. Oh, we're good. Okay. And part of perhaps the purpose of life is to experience just all of these forms unfolding. Everything is a form. A tree is a form. A bird is a form. An ocean is a form. A wave is a form. A human being is a form. A star is a form. Everything is a form. Some of these forms are physical and some of them aren't physical. And perhaps one of the purposes of life is just to experience all of these forms unfolding. And perhaps life is inexhaustible. Maybe it's just like, here's a form, here's another form, here's another. And we just get to explore and more and more and more. And there's a joy in that. There's this curiosity. There's something just fundamental about seeing and experiencing something new that's very nourishing to the soul. And I'm not sure if there's a purpose beyond that. So perhaps it's just that experience of exploring. How cool would it be if that was it? You're just exploring one dimension after the other. Not everything has to have like this end goal, right? So see if you can be a bit in that energy and allow whatever wants to unfold to unfold. There was one other quote I wanted to read tonight before we go into meditation. Um, let's see here. grab it. So this one is actually from the Gospel of St. Thomas, which I believe was found in like the 1940s or 50s. And it goes like this: the kingdom is like a shepherd who has 100 sheep. One of them, the biggest, went astray. He left the 99 others and looked for the single sheep until he found it. And he said to the sheep, I love you more than the 99 others. So essentially, there's the shepherd, and he's got 100 sheep. One of them runs off, and he leaves the 99, maybe even to die, to go find the one. And I think the purpose behind that parable is that the one that's willing to go off, maybe it's search for truth, go beyond the horizon, see what's over the next hill. That one kind of has something special about it because it's willing to go off and explore, find the truth. And the rest are just sheep, or at least for now. Maybe there's a time where each of them will wake up and go explore. But I think the purpose of that parable is to say, hey, one, it's okay to be the one weird one in the 100 that wants to go off and explore and be weird. And I could tell you, when I went off to live in the Himalayas in Hawaii, boy, did everyone I grew up with think I was a weirdo. I know that because they told me, they said, David, you're a weirdo. Thanks, guys. Um, that could show up in so many different ways in your life, right? It doesn't have to be physically going somewhere. So I love that parable. And perhaps there's some of that in you, and maybe some of that tonight can start to awaken. And let's see what happens. So get comfortable. Have any of you ever seen the show Rick and Morty? It's like a 12-year-old boy show. But it's where these guys go into all these other dimensions and they're super obnoxious and they curse a lot and they're dirty and they're mean and they're rude, but they just explore dimension after dimension after dimension, and it's pretty neat. If you haven't seen it, give it a try and see what happens. You might love it. You'll be like, what the hell is this? All right, some of you love it. That's good to know. I'm in good company.